Hi, sweeties. How are you doing? Welcome to Naya Sim, and thank you all so much for all the love and support. Hope you all are doing great. Today, we'll be talking something very important, but it looks like the other side of TikTok are not having it. They are not having the fact that Black people were able to get holiday for themselves on Juneteenth. And then they went further to say that Black people got everything. They got Black History Month, they got Black colleges, university, and they also have Black bar, um, Black dating website, clubs, and all that. And that Black people are the highest and biggest racist ever because they look for a way to segregate them out of everything they are doing. And I am kind of asking, why is it a big deal that they are mad? Why are they actually mad that Black people got Black History Month? Because they also talked about Black History Month and Justice Federal Holiday and the rest of it. And I am asking, they have other holidays that they celebrate. When did this really shows, when did this particular one become a problem? This actually tells you how these people will never work on dismantling some certain things that are oppressing people that look like me, because they are actually happy that some certain things are oppressing a particular group of people. And for that reason, they are ahead, right? And now they are actually out there crying wolf because right now they are the victims. You know what? Let's get into this.
Now, disclaimer, before some of you all get your feelings hurt. Before you come at me talking about I am bringing attention to this page or I am sending people to this page and I should just ignore it, in the words of James Baldwin, I'm not your Negro. Whatever passive approach you want to take to dealing with racism and bigotry, continue to do that, because I didn't expect you to do anything differently. And everything I'm about to say is going to be a part of that video, because I left this comment and I'm video responding to my own comment in that video. Let's get it. And this is from the video that they posted on their page, and you can see it's at 39,000 likes right now. And to watch bigots and racists fall over themselves to play victim is hilarious in its absurdity. Only in America can an ethnic group have Black Awareness Month, Black Holiday, Black-only colleges, Black-only dating sites, Black-only bars and clubs, and turn around and call everyone else racist. And in the comment section, they threw in Black-only television. And you can't make this up. Oh, and I'm not trying to teach them anything they don't already know. It's just about enjoying the laugh at their expense. So join me. Let's laugh. Black Awareness Month, they're talking about Black History Month, wouldn't be necessary if your ancestors wouldn't have spent their educational endeavors on creating schools that intentionally left out the contributions of Black and brown people to this country and the world in general, while you all were so busy colonizing our thoughts and ideas and stealing patents from us to claim these inventions that you use so readily as your own. But what do we expect? Next, Black Holiday. What holiday is Black only? Christmas? The idea that somehow a white, blonde-haired, blue-eyed baby was born to a Middle Eastern couple that would grow up to be the son of God and be responsible for saving everybody. Sounds like white savior to me. Or maybe you mean Thanksgiving. The idea that a group of white people come from another country to a land they claim and they discovered that there were already people here, and then you engage in slaughtering those people and then celebrate the slaughter of those people. But I digress. Moving right along. Black-only colleges. I assume you're talking about historical Black colleges and universities that were granted by land grants because of the fact that Black people were by law not allowed to attend PWIs at the time. Let's take a look at the racial breakdown of some of the most diverse historically Black colleges in this country. Bluefield State College in West Virginia with a 10.2% black population, a 0.2% Asian population, 1.2% Hispanic, 85.1% white, 0.1% American Indian, 2.6% international. West Virginia State University, 11.7% black, 0.4% Asian, 0.4%, 5%, Hispanic, 60.8% white, 0.5% American Indian, 0.5% international. Kentucky State University, which is 19.8% white. Fayette State University in North Carolina, which is 16.6% white. Johnson State University in North Carolina, which is highly diverse. University of Maryland on the Eastern Shore, highly diverse. Delaware State University, highly diverse. Elizabeth City University in North Carolina, which is 14.3% white. Tennessee State University, which is 15.5% white. And even Xavier University in Louisiana is 4% white. Never in the history of HBCUs has it been codified in law that they will be segregated. You can't say the same about white universities and schools. Black-only bars and clubs, what universe are you living in? Like, where is these black-only watchable television shows at? Where are these black-only television companies at? Because BET is owned by Paramount Global Entertainment, and plus, none of those are restricted access to anyone. Not like, during the golden age of television, as you all call it, when you all were dressing blackface before you allowed a black person to play a role on a TV screen. Yeah. Y'all also did it to indigenous people. All these white people running around playing indigenous people. It was one of the reasons why this country's history is so misguided when it comes to indigenous erasure. Yeah, y'all did that. You want to colonize a narrative of victimhood so bad because this is your legally binding history. The white-only era in this country of ownership and segregation was codified by law. And the only people who cannot acknowledge that are racists and bigots. Quick question before I leave. How does it feel? How does it feel knowing that you have to post your videos from behind a digital mask because you don't have the intestinal fortitude to stand and say anything you're saying with your whole chest? And also knowing that you have to come to your comment section and see a black man that is unapologetically black laughing at your weak ass. Yeah, that's gotta eat you up, doesn't it?
Here we go with that good old argument about, but there's all black colleges and universities and clubs, which is really funny. Okay. So, and then black people get free things as if those things are free. Like, ay. All right. So there was a time, it wasn't that long ago, where black Americans could not attend colleges and universities. Like, they couldn't go to any old college or university that they wanted to. There was definitely a time when they couldn't go to any college or university. And then it was a matter of not having access to many colleges and universities that said that they were exclusive and they were a whites only college or university. So what did black Americans do? Well, they're pretty smart people, so they said, you know what? Let's build a college and university so that we can educate ourselves. And that's how we got HBCUs. It's far more detailed and nuanced than that, but basically. So it wasn't about wanting a place that could be exclusive. And it certainly isn't free. I don't know where the free part's coming, although in my opinion it should be. But it was about filling a need that was not there. There are many white people that go to HBCUs. I know white people, who attended historically black college or university. They are not exclusive black schools. They don't allow only black people to go there. Clubs. This is a funny one. There aren't clubs that you can't go to if you're white. So I'm not really sure what you're talking about. And they certainly aren't free. Not even on ladies' night. So yeah, like the argument just doesn't make any sense. So anytime there's a black event, Miss Black America, that was because there weren't black women allowed in the Miss America pageant. It wasn't because of, hey, we want to be just black Miss America. No, the goal always was to have access to everything that other Americans had. And when that didn't happen, they said, well, let's create one for ourselves, which makes sense if you think about it. It's not really a tough concept, but I hope that helps.
You know what they say that we got from the civil rights movement? It says they banned discrimination in public accommodations, public education, and employment, and prohibited race-based restrictions on voting. All of that is not true. What we actually gained from the civil rights movement was white people's tolerance. What happened is white people slipped on sheep's clothing to hide the wolf. You get a smile, and then they call you an N-word in their head. What we got was the ability to not integrate, but to interact with people who hate us. What we got from those laws is white comfort. They got the ability to say, look, we ended Jim Crow. Look, we passed laws that give you the same opportunity as us. So y'all being poor and all the other issues that the black community goes through is our fault as black people. Because look, we have the same opportunities. Meanwhile, the CIA is putting drugs in our neighborhoods. Meanwhile, when they hire black people, it's just to fill a quota, and it's usually the least paying job. What they did was create more reasons to capture black men and put them in prison, which is the plantation. That's what our peaceful protesting got us. What we got from peacefully protesting was water hoses on our children, dog attacks, burning our children in churches. As we protested peacefully, they attacked us violently, and they enjoyed it. And when they were done, and the world was looking at them like y'all are some horrible fucking people, that's when they wanted to stop shit. That's when they passed those laws so that they could look good. And that's what it looked like to the rest of the world. But here, we knew that we were suffering, that we were still dying, we were still being hung, we were still getting captured by police and put back on the plantation called prison. And every now and again, you see a black person raise up to the level of white people or close. And they get to be an example for white people to say, look, this Negro made it. What we got is them trying to erase slavery from the history books or make it seem like we benefited from slavery in some cases in the South. So it wipes the slate clean for white people. And they left us with the same title of violent, barbaric, stupid, poor. And now it's not their fault, it's ours. Toodaloo.
What the hell is Juneteenth, and why do we even bother celebrating it? And to my fellow white people, this one's for you. Now I'm going to drop some knowledge on you really fast, so please try to keep up. Juneteenth was made into a federal holiday by President Biden back in 2021. Now, Juneteenth, or June 19th, is when we now recognize the official end of slavery in the states here in America. It ended in Texas on June 19th, 1865, which about 250,000 enslaved Americans gained their freedom. Now, to be factually correct, Oklahoma still had enslaved Americans, but they were only a territory. And please, please listen to me as I tell you this, because I'm going to point out two very uncomfortable truths here in America. Number one, There was a little over 12 million Africans who were enslaved and shipped over to the New World, and only about 10.5 million of them made it, meaning roughly 1.5 million enslaved Africans lost their lives just on transporting the transport over here to America. And at the time of emancipation, there were almost 4 million enslaved Americans who were given their freedom. So 10.5 million enslaved Americans, 4 million granted their freedom. So that means 6.5 million enslaved men and women were worked to death without compensation, plus the 1.5 million that were lost while being transported over here. Those souls are gone forever. That gives us a total of about 8 million human lives. But do you know how many soldiers, American soldiers, we've lost in all our wars, both combat and non-combat casualties? About 1.5 million. That's over 5 times as many people that lost their lives than we've lost soldiers. This is a serious holiday. And to further prove my point, speaking of holidays, Christmas is the most popular holiday here in America. And we all know Santa Claus, the guy that I look like, reigns supreme. But did you know Santa Claus was created as a marketing campaign by Coca-Cola Bottling Company, yeah, Coke, 125 years ago? Have you ever wondered why Santa's red and white, Coke is red and white, why Santa and Coca-Cola dominate Christmas? We care more about Christmas than trying to fix and repair our past where we enslaved innocent people and just celebrating them getting their freedom. I think that's kind of messed up, and I'll be proud to celebrate Juneteenth tomorrow in Cincinnati at the FC Cincinnati Major League Soccer game. We're having HBCU night, and I'm going to soak in the moment and the importance of what this night means. I'll see you on the road.
Bro, we were slaves? Oh, man. Did you know that white people were slaves too? Did you know Asian people were slaves too? I bet you didn't know black people sold other black folks to the white folks for beads and shit. No, you cut it out, because literally being racist in today's society is absolutely despicable. And using 400 something years ago to base your argument is absolutely ridiculous. I'm guessing you just didn't go to class during history, or your teacher must have said fuck it. But I hate to break it to you, man, but black people were not the only slaves. And this is not a trust me bro situation. You can actually look this information up. I don't want you to go through life misinformed, because then you'll go to different comment sections and say stupid shit like this. And the main reason why I said black people today are more racist than white people have ever been, because the black community is showing their hatred. They're not hiding it at all. They're going on platform after platform after platform, showing their hatred, speaking it out loud. Treat others how you want to be treated. A black community is the only community that will sit there and cry racist. Oh, everyone's being racist. Oh, everybody's being racist while being racist to people.
A coon will forever and always be a coon. So now let's get into this video. I mean, you all already know Juneteenth came around, and on the other side of TikTok was all of them screaming, crying, that they don't get anything for themselves. Like, black people are the ones getting everything. There is black university, black college, black clubs, like everything black, but they get Black History Month and the rest of it. But they do not have anything. I mean, nothing white. And it's kind of laughable, because some people actually do not know that every day is their history day. Because I hear them saying we did not even have History Month, but black people have History Month, and and they are saying black people are more racist than them and all that. I mean, it's really crazy how they wake up to some certain things. The truth is that some of them are not informed, They do not even understand what is going on around them. But how do you want to live when you do not understand what is going on around you? You are as good as empty, because when you have refused to understand the history, or some of you did not even attend to the classes, some trash the books and all that, so how do you want to know how black colleges or universities, how they started it? And the reality and the truth is that black colleges, every other person can also go there. It's not like it is only black people that can go to that school. So every day they wake up, all they want to tell us is that we are becoming like so racist because we have so many things to ourselves, and they do not have anything to yourself and all that. I mean, you all are really very crazy. And you all can stop all this running around and trying to, like, act like you all are the victims and all that, because I am not saying anything that you are, that is oppressing you, or something that is bothering you, or your privileges are all intact and all that, but you all still come around here and always looking for a way to upset people that look like me. And the other Kunda said that there is nothing like, that it's only Black people these days that are very racist. And that, I mean, like, are you guys okay? So what is racist about Juneteenth? Because I see a lot of them running up and down saying that they are not celebrating that. Why? Because, like, it's only us that. Man, you all are celebrated every day. There is no day that you are not being celebrated. I mean, you all already know that you matter. I mean, your life matters so much. Do I need to tell a couple? Of course, I don't need to tell them. In school, so I do not need to tell them that you are, like, you are very, very valuable, you are very important and all that, It's something that they already know. You don't have to argue. We don't have to argue that. You don't stress it. But we are the people that look like me are the ones stressed. Like, they are not stressing, but they are the ones going through all the stress. Each time there is a little thing happening for Black people, you all are becoming very dramatic about it and coming online to speak your racist rhetoric and all that. Enough of all this bullshit. The worst part is that next year you are going to see another kind of comment, because it looks like, I mean, like, they come in season. For each occasion, there is something that they must cook up to say, to sound like they are the ones being oppressed or being troubled, or being, like, the ones going through the hard times and the bad times and all that. You all are not going through anything. This was just a holiday that was approved, I think, 2021 by Joe Biden and all that. And you all are running around looking for someone to, let's see, if we have Black bars and all that, or clubs or something, I mean, you all can also open your own, because I know that there are some places it's only you people that can also enter and all that. So stop looking for Black, say we have Black, what is it called, a website for dating and all that. I mean, you all are so cray, because why do they all matter? Why do they matter? And you can, if you think the holiday is something that is oppressing you, you can hold your government responsible for it. Yeah. You can go to your government and tell them that, why do we need to have this holiday for these people? Like what they are saying is, do they deserve that holiday all to themselves? Are you for real? When they have St. Patrick's Day, for, what is that called? 9/11, which one again? There are so many holidays that they have and all that. And yet they will not allow it. This is to tell you how these people will never want to dismantle that system that they have already built, because they felt like that is our tower. So we can always work on it, to make sure that they do not grow, because all they want to do is look for a way to press you down so you don't raise your head, like how people say, I am trying to keep my head above the water level. They do not want you to keep your head above the water level. They want it to be inside all through and all. It's really crazy. But we are tired of you all coming on the internet to tell us that all these holidays for you, like, we do not deserve anything good. That is what it means. Like, how can they be getting all these holidays? You almost really be silly, sincerely speaking. See, I hope you all had a great day that day. But for those that actually work, because a lot of people say that they worked that day and all that. See you all in my next video. Bye for now.